Okay. Welcome to the Life Happens podcast, y'all. I'm excited. Can you see why I'm excited? Can you see why? Okay, let me say because we have our original member back, Selena. Guys, we've been on this hiatus. Well, she's been on a 3-year hiatus? Or was it 2 year?
6
Okay.
years. 6 years.
That's sad. But anyway, and we've been on a break, and so now we're back, and we're gonna do so many more amazing things. But I just want to say, Selena, welcome back. And everybody needs to know who you are. I'm super excited about it being. I know everybody else is. I know you and CJ don't know each other. And Tanya, this was your first meeting, right?
Yep.
And we were talking like we know each other for years. I love it. Guys, today's show was our intro show. We're gonna talk about each other. We're gonna introduce Selena. She's gonna introduce herself and just talk. No particular topic, just introduction. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Well, first, I think that we need to talk about daily life happens, right?
Right?
Today is the Holocaust Remembrance,
Mm-hmm.
and shout out to all the people, first of all, that are still alive and they're able to share their stories, especially with Trump and everything that's going on with Trump and all the situations that are happening in that sense. We really got to just
I know this Trump thing has got me because let me tell you, now you'll know I'm an immigrant, right?
yeah,
So I was reading on on Instagram, people are turning people in. And it's
Yeah.
mostly, I hate to mention this group, the Kenyan community. I don't know why. Like everybody's turning everybody into ICE. Like saying, they legal. And then I also noticed today there was like a rally downtown and people are saying, why are you doing that? Because you're gonna bring attention, right? And then they're really gonna come. So I know people are really just uncomfortable with it. And if you were born here, you really don't feel it as much. Um, because I was talking to my kids about it and they're just like, well, mom, you are immigrant. I'm like, do you want me to go back? But I am a citizen though. But anyway. So do you guys know anybody personally that's affected by this?
I don't. I don't. And it's really sad that I see all of the like for instance, husband now works in retail again, and he works at Didi's.
Mm-hmm.
In 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 our area, it's predominantly Hispanic and Black, right? And so he was telling me the past couple of days that the everything has gone down.
What do you mean?
Like, as far as the families coming in, like Sundays used to be crazy. All the Hispanic families, they would come in together and they would shop and literally Didi's, most of the retailers really want credit, right? Credit, debit, whatever. But the Hispanic community, they only use cash, period. So literally 1% of their revenue is credit or debit. 99% is nothing but cash only.
Mm-hmm.
And he said this past Sunday, everything was down.
Wow.
They're literally staying in their houses. And the fact that, they're going into schools, they're going into churches, they're going into all these sanctuary areas to round people up. It's so sad because I don't think Trump really realizes my people, we build up shit. I'm sorry. We build it all. We will do we will do the jobs no one else will do.
That's right.
We are in the fields with the farmers and we're picking their corn and beans and green beans and whatever, potatoes. We are doing that. And
Right.
now you're going to send us all back. Not me.
And not to
All,
mention, it's expensive, right? Because not just to Mexico, you think about plane rides to all these other countries. I was reading an article today and it talked about that he's trying to cut a deal with countries because it's so expensive.
Ugh,
I don't think this thing was thought through.
no.
We
It
can't
no.
hear
wasn't.
you. Can
A
somebody?
lot of a lot of people think that I don't know. Deborah, maybe you can chime in, but a lot of people think
Kim
that
can be heard though. Kim is she's
you're on
talking, but
mute.
right,
I know. Can y'all hear me now?
girl, you was acting
Okay,
your
good.
age. I just want to say.
I know. I know. I wasn't paying attention to that. But what I wanted to say was well, what Selena
Hi
said,
Ben.
like a lot of, hey, Ben, a lot of Hispanic people do jobs like working outdoors and doing all the stuff like that. She said that other people won't do. But when that's missing in the society, another group will come in and take that over. It's not
Of
like that job, it's not like that right there will go undone because I know a lot of people think, oh, those jobs are just going to go undone. No, they won't. Another group will come in and take up. Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Not
Yeah,
Americans.
yeah,
they will, but guess what?
yes.
Guess what? The
I don't know if
business
they're going to be
own
paid the same, but they will.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
hate that argument though. Like, oh my God, we do so much, which is so true. You do so much. I mean, the Hispanic people do, but once that's missing, it's gonna be it's that's just a law. It's gonna happen.
It's
So
going to
you
get
saying Kim
Nothing
that
is gonna stop. Nothing
basically you're saying
is
that
going
we're
to
not going to
stop. It
go to
doesn't
hell.
stop production. It may stop it for a period of time, but it
Mm.
won't stop the train from moving. It won't.
What do you think,
I
CJ? You've
mean,
been very quiet.
I don't think it will stop the train from moving. I don't think so. I think the cog is going to keep turning.
I I mean I ain't gonna cap. I'm African American, so no disrespect to the to my essays out
Yeah.
there, but
I know, right?
yeah, like
He's
no disrespect to my no disrespect to my essays, and you know what I'm saying, but
Hmm.
Mm, mm,
you
mm.
know uh, who said which one of y'all
I did.
why do no I'm not saying that I don't need to be concerned, but maybe because it just really hasn't hit home for me because everybody in my family are black, so
And I
we really haven't.
understand that.
No, I
Absolutely.
understand.
I
No,
understand it
I'm
because
just
even talking to my kids, their view is smaller because they've been in that environment, right? Coming from a different country, my view is wider because I understand immigration process because I had to go through the process. So I'm not downing what you're saying or saying, what you how you feel is wrong. I get it, is what I'm saying.
no, yeah, no, yeah, 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 yeah. That's why I'm speaking. I'm saying kind of quietly. About it because I'm not gonna try to get really blackety black on this first episode. I'm gonna wait till we kind of in the groove. Then you know what I'm saying.
No, he's
By the
waiting for
way,
somebody in particular, but I won't mention names though.
who we shit? Let me know. I name
Mm.
drop. By the way, hey,
No, we're not
it's
doing that.
cool. Okay, you don't do that, but I will. If I know who we talking about, I'll for sure name drop. I don't got no problem. But hey, by the way, it's good to see everybody.
I mean,
Rabia.
I
You know
I
what I'm saying.
personally
Kim, it's nice to see you. Hey, Kim, I'm always gonna rock with you.
enjoy.
I don't care what people say about you behind closed doors. We come on now. You know what I'm saying, Tanya. It's always great to see you. You know what I'm saying. We locked in. And
Woo!
Selena Walker, we're new. But you're gonna for sure get to know me because I be off the rails sometimes, but hopefully that doesn't, what I'm saying, make your judgment of your boy too bad. But welcome, you know what I'm saying. But go ahead, Kim. I wasn't trying to interrupt what you were saying. Go ahead, my bad.
I was going to say, since we are talking about the immigration issue, um, I myself have a lot of friends who are um, immigrants. I mean, they are here illegally. You know what I'm saying? I have friends like that that I don't want them to get picked up. I don't want them to
You said they're
have
here
to,
illegally?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have friends that came over and they're just here illegally. You know, they're they're pretty much in hiding. They have
Yeah.
I don't even think they no, they haven't gone through the process of trying to get legal immigration. I don't think they can afford that. But but yeah, like I would hate that for them to be torn away from their children because their children are here,
Right.
were born here. So for them to be sent back, they would have to leave the
Right.
children here, which would be
And
devastating.
right. And to add to that, Kim, the process, people think if you marry an American citizen, automatically you get citizenship. That is not true. It is a process. Like,
Yeah.
so with your friends, you saying it's expensive. It is expensive. And even if you try to do it the right way, you either have to be educated, somebody has to sponsor you. It's There's a lot of red tape. It is not easy. That is why I feel people stay what's the word? Without paperwork because it's easier. There's so much red tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they never make it easy for you to actually be here or for the right people to be here. That's why people come in the way they come in.
Yeah.
It's like it took me forever to get my citizenship, but that was my fault because I don't know why I delayed it. But it is expensive. Every step is expensive because you
Yeah.
go
It's
through different
expensive. They
steps
can't
before
afford
you
that.
become a citizen. So yeah,
And all of my friends only work with cash. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, they only have cash, and that's the
right,
only way that they do business. You know?
right.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, since he signed the executive order to remove citizenship from those that are born in the United States,
Now that's
there's no
crazy.
there's no coverage.
That is
Mm.
crazy.
So if two immigrants came here and they have a baby that was born in the United States, it don't matter anymore. They're all getting deported.
Well, I
And that
mean, this is trying to get the criminals, though. I mean, I get the whole ideology behind it because it's trying to stop all the criminals and all of this stuff from coming into America. But with that, you're going to get innocent people too. And I think they counted that
Yeah.
cost. I think they counted that cost. And it's like, okay, well, innocent people are going to be, lobbied in with the criminals, and that was okay, and they're
but
okay.
why are
Like
you
if
but
I
why are
get
you
70% of the criminals and 30% of the people are just like, then they want to live with that percentage.
but why are they going into the sanctuary? Why are they going into the schools? They don't have any criminal them they're babies.
Because somebody's alerting them. They're not just, I feel they're not just targeting the schools. Some spiteful person is calling, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how they're doing that.
And
And
I
then
do want to say that Trump did get most of the Hispanic vote. So, he did get the
and
majority of
African
the
American.
Hispanic vote. Yeah, he
You know what,
did.
Tanya? Tanya's very quiet. We need to hear from you, honey. What are your
Okay,
thoughts?
so I honestly, there's something about politics that I just really don't get into in these last like 10 years. Um, I'm still trying to figure out why the hell, with all the issues we got going on, are we worried about immigration status? Let's talk about this economy. Let's talk about like other stuff. Like, why the hell is this even an issue? Instead of coming in and getting to the actual things that we should care about, you're worried about somebody's immigration status. Like, so for me, it just doesn't make sense to me at all. Have I been following it? I've seen the headlines, I've seen the stories, and I'm like, that's a shame. You know, I have Hispanic family and stuff, but most of my family are from here. So, you know, I might have like friends or people that I've worked with in the past that, that it could affect them, but it really just doesn't affect me too much. And I just I just don't understand still, like, why is this even a thing? Like, we have more important stuff to focus on. and you're worried about immigration side, and to me, anything that is happening like this is always a media circus. This is covering up something else. Like, to me, and that's how I see it. Like, it, it just don't make sense to me. I'm sorry. It just don't, I just don't
I
understand.
remember watching the movie Rwanda, and
Mm.
they say, "Oh, we got to show what's happening in Rwanda. You know, the civil war that's going on, and all the Africans that were getting killed." And I remember one line in that movie, and it stuck with me. He said, "American people will turn on the TV while they're eating dinner, and they will watch it, and they'll go, 'Oh, that's so sad,' and then they'll turn off the TV and go back to their lives." And
Mm,
that's America.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why I don't watch it. I don't. Like, if it was something that was going to affect me, I could definitely understand that, but it doesn't. And I just feel like, again, Americans are some of the dumbest people in the world. Like, why? Like, I know that, like, when our these last few years within the whole political parties and all that, other countries are making fun of us. And out of all the things that we could be handling first and knocking out first and doing, we're worried about immigration. Leave them people alone. And, like, I completely understand if they were rapists and murderers and drug dealers. I understand, send them back. Okay. But y'all are running into people are at work and you're taking them. They're in school. And like y'all said, people being spiteful. But at the same time, why are those the only ones the media are catching? So again, it's a bigger plot to it. So that's why I don't feed into it. And
Right.
I don't. Honestly, that's all I can have to say about it. Because other than that, I wouldn't give it too much more of my attention. Because, I mean, honestly, just to be honest, it doesn't affect me. It does affect people, and I understand. I feel bad for them. I didn't do that, and I feel like it is still something that we have bigger issues that need to be handled, and our president jumps in there and starts. You're worried about, again, immigration. Why is that always the thing? And we know why it's always on his ballot. And then again, but yet again, he's back in there, and but that also shows to me that we don't have a say in what's going to happen. So let them do them, and, like, hey, just let them do them. They're over there figuring out, and I still got to live my life. And that's one stress I don't need on my plate because it doesn't affect me.
Well, actually, immigration does affect our economy. So it
Yeah,
does affect you.
exactly.
It affects you on down the line. So immigration does affect our economy, though.
Yeah,
So
it does. But making that like the main topic, like, come on, like, let's fix the economy. And then, so if you do decide to do that, like, it's not gonna it is gonna it's gonna have a snowball. It's gonna have a snowball effect, and it always does. Because when y'all were talking about, people not wanting to do them jobs and things, I've been in the service industry for a really long time. And those kitchens, those your favorite restaurant y'all go to, most of those kitchens are made up of immigrants. So the first thing that pops in my head is like, well, if all those kitchen staff get let go, your favorite mom and pop restaurant is closing down. The restaurants that are not chain restaurants, and this is just because this is where my background comes into, is, I've been in the service industry, and all of them are all every single one. I went to Mr. Hibachi's yesterday, and all the chefs flipping shrimps and throwing eggs in people's mouths are Mexicans. I was like, honey, you would think they were Japanese or something. No, they're Mexicans. So it's like, yeah, it is going to affect it. It's going to affect the economy. It's going to take out a big spending population. It's going to take out a big buyers population, and all that. But that's the only thing we're focused on. We're not focused on the rest of the stuff. Like, I feel that he could use his time more wisely. And then I think the media could promote something more than making headlines. The media is the one who's creating the frenzy. So, my opinion.
Just to what I'm saying, spill a little bit of what I'm saying. So I'm not quite sure if everybody caught up on the date with the history, right? So it's actually ironic, right, that black folks, and I mean black, I'm talking about African Americans. African Americans are kind of the only ethnicity that's not from here that you can't deport. Like you can't tell like me or Kim, hey, we need you to go back to Africa, right? Because it just don't work like that.
Yeah.
Because we've been stripped like physically. When our genes, we're legit different. Now bringing it back to here, there was a point in time where they wanted us to go back to Africa. It was about around maybe 1850s. They said, you know what? Uh, it's too many of y'all niggas up in here. We actually want y'all to maybe go back, right? Do you not know? Because after generation, you somewhat kind of get used to the living around here. You couldn't tell somebody that's grandparents are Nigerian to say go back to Nigeria. I'm like, well, we just don't do certain things the same. So, and this is just it's a theory, but a lot of people have kind of said that's kind of what it is. They've said because you know what we kind of made a mistake with the black folks. Let's not try to repeat that with other ethnicities. So what they try to do is they say, okay, so with the S, now just a little FYI, I say essays where I'm referring to, because I'm out here in the triple D, so that's what we call Mexican. We call them, essays out here. You know what I'm saying? So what I was taught in just history, they said, you know what, we may not want this problem kind of again, so we gonna just nip it in the butt this time. You know what I'm saying? Essays, Hispanics, Mexicans, y'all are a little bit more closer to your roots than what I am, Kim are, originally. So what I've been told is they kind of want to nip that kind of in the butt. Now with Trump, with this whole I do I believe that one bad example speaks for the whole ethnic group? Absolutely not. Which I don't like. I don't like the way how I use one Mexican, one essay. Say, oops, see, this one right here was the reason. No, that ain't.
But hasn't
That's
America been doing that forever? They did it with
they have.
African.
No, exactly.
Been
They
doing it
have.
forever.
They
Yeah.
no, Kim, you're 100% right. They have done it, for so long, but I feel like that shouldn't be the poster child for while our economy is messed up. No, our economy is messed up due to a bunch of other things. To be honest, I believe our economy is messed up. It's really a rich and a poor status, and then what they do is they throw a little race in there, and then we fighting within ourselves to where it's really a rich thing versus a poor thing. But I can get into capitalism and things like that a different time. But we was talking about what I'm saying, immigration and things of that nature. But and I did my research because I seen something on my Facebook. They said they were doing 750 little drop offs. So if you what I'm saying, do a little tip that say that's false, you know what I'm saying? So for y'all that's trying to snitch out on y'all partners
But
for that
they put a
750.
number out. They actually gave a number. That's
No,
why
they
people were
did.
calling.
They
The Kenyan community is out of control. You'll need to stop.
Yeah. Hey, I
actually
just
y'all
want
trying
to.
to
I
have
just.
people.
I
I'm
was gonna
sorry,
say.
Tanya. I just
I
want to.
gotta say
I'm
that
sorry. Go ahead.
CJ, you finally grew a beard.
Oh Jesus.
What?
Yeah,
I barely,
finally.
barely,
I like
Barely
it,
barely. I
grew.
need a
CJ. You look
barely.
good.
I didn't know he could grow a beard.
He looks good.
Hey, this
Looks older and wiser.
probably gonna probably gonna shave it and stuff tonight because I can't, what I'm saying, with all the fuzz, I can't really do that.
You're old fools with big beards. I'm just saying though.
There's a lot of them. It's okay. We gonna
You
hey,
cooking.
as the season rolls on, we gonna, what I'm saying, we gonna, yeah, I mean,
So
hey,
Selena,
go ahead.
thank you for introducing us to this is such a hot topic right now, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend any more time talking about it. I want you to introduce yourself to these people out here and let them know who you are, sis.
Okay, so I am a mental health advocate. I grew up with a bipolar mother, whom which lives with me now. I don't know if you know that, Rabia.
I saw. I saw in your
Mhm.
snap.
Yeah. And it is tough. And her partner also, he has schizophrenia, which
Oh,
we had to do a mental health warrant, which broke my heart. I don't want to cry. I'm not going 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 to cry. He gets out tomorrow. My mom is really like, she wants to be back with him, but unless he allows me to be his, um, caretaker,
right,
my mom's not going back with him. My mom is going to stay with me.
right.
Um, our whole process, we are adding addition to our house. More of like a 7 or 800 square foot like efficiency apartment type situation. Um, so that they can be together and I can take care of them. I mean, they don't have to worry about mortgage, electricity, nothing. My mom is 71, but she's disabled. She's in a wheelchair. She can't walk too well because she needs two knee replacements.
Mm,
Um, but Mitch decided he didn't want to take his schizophrenia medicine anymore. So he was like on 50,000 and I'm
whew,
like, no. We're not doing that. And
right.
he and I want to bring to light that there are a lot of false prophets out there. My stepdad, which I call him my dad because he's been around for 18 years, right? He started watching Geno Jennings, and I really don't want to give that man too much.
Say the name again.
Geno Jennings.
I've
Is he
heard of
black?
him.
Is he
No,
black?
Yeah.
he's black. I've heard of
Okay.
his church.
He is a radicalist. And when I decided to look him up to see what was really going on, this man is straight Old Testament.
Mm.
Nothing, nothing New Testament. Shut the woman's mouth. Get rid of them.
Ah!
I mean, just like some madness.
Oof.
And he's been trying to convert my mom. Mitch has been
Oh
really
my.
trying to convert my mom, and my mom is like, "No, Christ is who saved me." My mom was a
Right.
drug addict. She was an alcoholic. She was self-medicating when she wouldn't take her medicine. So, I I experience God's movement. You know what I'm saying? In her life. So, for him to come and be like, you gonna change, you gonna wrap yourself up, and you're not gonna speak, and I'm gonna get rid of you. And like, my mom takes care of everything. That's her house. It's her mortgage she pays. It's her electricity that she pays. She pays everything. He don't get much of anything from Social Security or any kind of benefits, but I love him because he's taking care of her.
But wait,
You
is he
know,
giving the money to the ministry?
I don't know. I
Okay.
really I really don't know. But he gets out tomorrow. And I've been in communication with his sister, and I'm not going to throw him to the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do whatever I can to help him, get the benefits that he deserves, and just take care of him. So my passion is mental health. My daughter, she has ADHD and ODD. ODD is called oppositional defiant disorder. And in the school system, they label them bad kids, which there's a root to everything. No child wants to be um they don't want to be labeled as a bad kid. They don't want to be bad children. It's a
Right.
root to it. So I find myself trying to educate other mothers in this disorder. But mental health is my passion. Also LGBTQ, because in the 7th grade, which my daughter's now in the 11th grade, she came out to me as being gay. And she was so conflicted about it because, she grew up in the church. I grew up in the church. My father actually was gay. He died of AIDS. But I knew he loved God. He loved God. He was so ashamed. He was so like, no one ever talked about it. No one ever spoke about it. The family never spoke about it. Even when he died, no one called me. And then when I eventually was like, what is going on? And they said, well, he died of complication from AIDS and he's been sick for a very long time. And it's sad because he wasn't educated about the medication that they had. Although he passed away a few days before my oldest was born. My oldest was born in 1996.
Hey, sis.
Um, and it's a lot. There's so much stigma behind mental illness, and I want to bring to light that, hey, we take care of our heart. When the doctors say we have heart disease, or we have high blood pressure, we have diabetes, we have liver issues, we have whatever, we take medicine for that. But we
Right.
don't take medicine for our brain. Most of the Christians are like, oh, just pray it away, God can heal.
Wow. Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely, he can heal. Absolutely. I believe it every day for my children, myself, because I suffer from anxiety and depression. I believe it every day. But at the same time, God created these doctors to come up with this stuff, They didn't come up with this by themselves. All these,
Right.
things from the earth that have been created to help with mental illness. So that's, something that I'm extremely passionate about. I don't want any of these babies in the world to think that because they struggle with sexuality that they're going straight to hell. God is a God of love, a God of hope, and a God of peace. That's a New Testament God. Christ died on the cross so that we could have everlasting life. And like I've told others, Paul suffered with a thorn in his side, and theologians believe that that thorn in his side was maybe he struggled with sexuality. Who knows? Because he was never married, and he didn't want women around, and he didn't want nobody to be married. He's like, look, if you're gonna be in the ministry, get rid of your wife.
Woo.
And you know, God is a God of love, and no matter who you love. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you love, God loves you. He's an unconditionally loving God. And we don't really get that because we see the natural or the human form of a father, right? And some of us didn't have the greatest fathers. And we think of our heavenly father being the human father, and that's not who he is. That is absolutely not who he is. So that's, my passion: mental health, LGBTQ plus, marriage, because I've been married for 25 years, right, Deborah? I don't know. That
Yeah.
I forget.
Longer than that,
25,
26, 26, 26.
26 years. Yes. And we've been together for 30 years. And marriage is not easy at all. I have been through some valleys and shadows of death, and I feared no evil. And
Ah.
sometimes people like, how in the world did you stay with that man? And then on the other hand, they're saying, how in the world did you stay with that woman? But God,
But
only
God.
God, only God can do it. Only God can do it. Only God can do it. And, my other passion is, aging parents. And I worry about my mom because, in the middle of the night, she's texting me, Mitch, I love you. Where are you at? Mom, he's in the hospital. I told you this yesterday. So it's a struggle, it's a battle, but you got to trust God in everything. That's all I keep telling her. Like, lady, do you trust God or not? Either you trust him or you don't. I mean, it's either or.
Well, to
So
talk.
that's a little bit about me. All of my platforms, that's what I put I am Love's Voice on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. I've been on social media since social media started because Deborah and I were in technology forever and a day. I was in technology for 20 years. I was there when internet was launched. Um,
Fact.
and and I've always been on there. I'm very transparent. I'm very open. Family doesn't like it.
Hey.
They don't like it. Mother-in-law don't like it. Husband don't like it. They don't like me because they say I talk too much. But what does the word say? We are overcome by the word of our testimony. The blood of the lamb and the word of our testimony. And there's been so many people that have been really set free, and really marriages have been saved because of my private testimony. And I believe that that's the reason why I'm here. And I'm so glad to be back. And I hope to share more.
Now I need you to tell them about how you reneged 3 years ago.
What? What?
Tell,
What?
guys, tell the people what happened.
What?
So
What?
Selena is an original host of Life Happens, right?
I'm sorry, I have a
Yeah.
technical delay. What'd you say?
She's one of the co-founders of Life Happens. But just before we launched, what did you do? Tell the people.
What do we do? I forgot because, baby, I'm old.
Selena said she is not gonna be part of the show. But and I'll say this is because she had just had a baby. Your baby wasn't how old was Joe?
I don't know, girl. I had him
He
at
was
43.
he was young. He was pretty young at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
He was very young. And so it was supposed to be me, Kim, and Selena. Now before that we had a podcast, remember? Back
A
in the day,
glimpse of
a glimpse of
mine,
encouragement, yes.
a
Uh
glimpse of encouragement.
yes, and then we disbanded. But is that the right word, disbanded?
Question. I have a question for
Girl,
you.
that's when I was going through some shit with my husband.
So we broke up. Okay, we all broke up, and then this opportunity came, and I contacted Selena. She was like, "Yes," and then she was like, "No," and then I was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
Cause
And
more
Kim and
because more shit would happen with my husband.
and then Kim and I were like begging her every time, "Could you come on and guest?" And she didn't. And then I think it was last November. I told Kim I'm gonna ask Selena to come back. And she said yes, y'all. And I just took, I mean, I didn't know she was going to say yes. Like, I had no clue. And she said yes. And so here we are today.
Yeah. I
So,
am I am the comedic one If you don't already know, I'm the goofy one. I'm the comedic one. Um, but I'm glad. I said that this year I was going to try to put myself first, and then my mom came and moved in, and I almost canceled again, honestly, because caring for my mother is a lot. It's a lot. But
No, I was actually, when I saw you in Snap, I was like, Jesus Christ, please, Lord, don't. She's gonna have to find a balance. No, ma'am.
yeah.
And then I was waiting until the days coming up. So a little background on how me, Kim, and Selena know each other. We started out in cable, and I hated Selena because let me tell you why. She would talk to me about Jesus, and then because I was Muslim at the time, and then there was Kim that was sitting lunchtime reading her Bible, and I was like, "You're all fake," because Muslims we pray 5 times a day. I think Kim, you were outside one day, right? Kim was frozen, and I don't know what happened, but I cussed at Kim, and then she said she'd pray for me or something like that.
Wait, y'all know each other from Tom Warner?
No, this was way before Time Warner. This was
Yeah.
when
From the cable company.
right. This was like we were at AT&T, right?
I don't know. I was with TCI in the beginning.
Okay, you were with TCI. I came in with AT&T, and Kim and
Mm.
Selena were very, very
Yeah.
close, and they would get on my nerves because Jesus this, Jesus that, and then she would at one point sat across me, and I would hear this all the time, and I was like sick of her. Like, would you just shut up already? She did not stop.
Y'all
She
probably don't,
did
but
not stop.
Rabia was very mean. Rabia was very mean. She
She was
I
evil.
can see,
angry.
I can see that.
Wow, wow, Tanya.
No, no, but you know what it was? And not that I was thumping my Bible at her or anything. I just always like to share what God was doing in my life. The how God showed up here, how God showed up there, how God did this, how God did that. And that's the way that I share God's love, you know? I
And
never was like,
yeah,
I would never
yeah.
say, "Hey, you need to read scripture so and so."
No, it wasn't like that. No, no, no. But you kept mentioning Jesus now. It constantly Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I knew Jesus because he was a prophet we were taught, right? I will say this though. No matter how mean I was, because I was off the chain, y'all. It was bad, right?
Yeah.
They never were mean back to me.
Mm.
So there was a
Bless
day.
your heart.
There was a day. Somebody. Do you remember the girl that died in the department? I think her name was Tangi. Do you remember Tangi?
Oh, my best friend Tanja, yeah.
And she passed away, and I remember sitting at my desk thinking, like, "Oh my God, if I died today, where was I going?" Like I was
Mm.
so out. And so Selena talked to me, and Kim, I think Kim too, right? They were so encouraging. But I mean, at that point, I still didn't believe though. I still thought everybody else was going to hell but me. You know, yeah. So that's how we met initially, and we've been together, friends since 2020, 2000 actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I always
Mhm.
say
Long
these two
time.
people, like let me tell you about Kim. So we all talk, right? So if I mention something Selena mentioned to me, Kim act like she don't know what I'm talking about. Like, and then I gotta tell her Selena told me. They say, "Oh, okay." But Kim is a person you can tell anything to. She ain't gonna say nothing. She'll be the one that will hide the body with you.
Yep. Oh yeah, we done hid bodies together.
Kim will keep a secret. And then how I met Tanya, Tanya was on my team. And Tanya was one of the best agents, but she was so
Oh,
negative. I had never met anybody that was so negative. I was like, what the heck is this? Um, but I always had like how somebody you just like you can see them and you have a soft spot for them. And I just loved it when I first met her. So it was a no-brainer when I reached out to her and said, "Hey, you want to be, on the show?"
yeah.
And
And that was
then
right around the time that I was going through a lot of stuff and kind of been up and down on my sober journey. And it like hit right on the perfect time
Mm.
when you
right,
reached out.
right, that was super cool though. And then CJ, how did we meet you on the network?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's how y'all. Yeah, that's how y'all. Yeah, that's how y'all met me. I
DJ's a
was out here
superstar.
geeked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
So
yeah.
is your a podcast? Have you disbanded your podcast? Or you're still doing it or what?
Um, my guy Justin, he's just kind of at a different point of his life right now. Um,
Oh, okay.
Now I don't know why Tanya is laughing. I think we all know why we
Oh,
laughing. Shit, keep the trail, but we ain't gonna do that here. So, I just think he just, at a different point of his life now, and
We
I'm
listen and we don't judge.
bullshit, y'all. We listening and y'all judging the
And
hell.
judge
So,
too.
right.
we
So,
we don't judge out loud.
Oh,
hey, we
okay.
judge.
We
Hey, we
listen
judge
and we
after.
don't
Hey, we
judge
judge after. Hey,
out
we judge after hours. After hours is when we
And
judge.
I was not laughing at that comment. I was laughing because the dog got scared when I made the
Oh.
scene out the
Oh,
Instant Pot.
that's
I
what it
wasn't
was.
laughing though. Yeah.
Understood. So, so, so
Woo,
yeah,
that's funny.
yeah, but I'm glad to be a part of what y'all got going on. I'm pretty sure I don't been on for about a solid had to be what maybe like 2 years because like my son is 3, so when my son is 3,
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
right when I like yeah like right when he get here, so well right when he got here he was about maybe 6 or 5 months old because you know how it is out here have a child. Oh my gosh, I wish somebody would have told me how this shit was. I would have pulled out, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? But like, um, but like for the first 4 or 3 months, oh my god, it's hard, bro. Like I think so. So what was messing me and my lady up
Excuse me.
was the sleep schedule, because they're inside, they inside the room and stuff. So all they see is dark. So I never forget this. He was like 3 weeks old, and he was just staring like wide eyed at me. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, bro, I gotta be at work at like 4 hours. So that kind of took a little bump, but once we got that sleep schedule back together, I was on board. I'm glad to be here. Kim has always been my favorite because I don't know why, like that's crazy, like because I've never met Kim in like real life, but I'm like, bro, like I don't know, she just somebody that you want to like defend and like get behind, be like, hey, bro, hey, we ain't talking about Kim like that, like you know what I'm saying, straight up.
Nah, you get behind nonsense.
Well, I'm riding to the wheels fall off.
True.
Fuck it, yeah,
I see.
yeah. So,
You get behind no, because Kim. Sometimes Kim has a thought and she will not deviate from the thoughts, and then CJ come behind her and stay there, knowing she wrong. But hey,
yeah, I'm a ride. Yup, sure is. Gonna ride behind
CJ,
that for real.
are you gonna be on every Monday with us?
Yes, well, actually, I'll be on more because now that the football season is winding down,
Mhm.
unless there's a big NBA basketball game that is on Monday. But yeah, I'll be on the rotating cast. Y'all
Yay.
gonna have right. Y'all gonna yeah we gonna turn it up. We gonna turn up. I'm glad to see everybody. Miss Walker, you don't know me yet. But for sure, yeah, you gonna get to know me for sure.
Hey,
For sure,
so
for sure.
hey,
so
one more thing too, CJ. Your workouts are getting really like complicated looking.
Right. Well,
I have this thing about workouts, and I'm like, I can't watch CJ. That is just gross. And I have to scroll, but I go back and look. Just
tight. Hey, we understand. Hey,
I
so
scroll
I've
back
been.
though. I do.
No, we go. Oh yeah, for sure, most definitely, most definitely. I do track and field. I actually got a track meet in the University of Houston. I'm running at the Houston Masters Invitational, 25 through 29-year-olds. I'll be running the 60 and the 200 meters. So,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
yeah, I'm finna, yeah, I'm do my little thing. Um, but it's so nice to see y'all kids. Oh my God, Rabia, I seen your kid. No, it was Tanya's. Bro,
Oh,
hey, I seen Tanya's baby boy. I said, okay, word. We got us a little stud. And then and then Rabia's daughter just had a birthday not too long ago. She turned
Hey, 22.
22.
Wow.
Yeah.
She just turned 22.
Nice.
That's
Ooh,
crazy.
What's she studying?
music education major.
and she can
Graduate.
sing. She can
Yeah.
sing. She
Man,
could sing, y'all. She could
she
Hey,
sings,
sing.
when
listen, she sings like a white girl, but she can sing.
She can
hey,
sing.
hey,
She
hey,
has
hey,
What does
hey,
beautiful
that
hey,
voice.
Rabia,
mean?
when hold on. So I just want to know like when she graduated.
Why?
I'm j- I'm j- I'm just asking.
She graduates in a year, actually a year and a half exactly, because she got a semester of student teaching, and
Okay,
then,
so she'll be 23.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
yep. But she wants to travel, like go to Europe or something, like to just like I don't know, to teach.
Okay. To teach, to wanna okay,
Like
she
I
wanna
would,
like teach abroad.
yeah. I think Japan is. I would go to Japan before I go to
I actually went to Japan. My army days. I went to Japan. So if
Mm.
if she wanna knows about that, then
Oh,
so
nice.
she can ask you, huh?
hey, we gonna talk offline. We gonna-
Hey, Jesus.
Hold on now. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I see a hookup. I see a hookup. I
Nah,
see a
nah,
hookup.
nah, nah,
Nope.
nah, nah, nah.
Hey.
I'm
CJ,
nah.
ain't you stay with your baby mama?
Right. So what's up with that?
Exactly. Why are you
Exactly.
here?
Let's
Hey,
talk about
no,
that.
hey, I am. No, I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Hey.
I'll lie for you before I lie to you. Oh, absolutely. But it was just a question. So
Yeah.
I was asking. But yeah, yeah, Grace. We'll
Yep.
She ready to
I
get you.
look. You already know, Rabia. You already know. I got the spirit of discernment. I see a hookup trying to happen.
Nah, that's no,
And we
nah,
poured two different liquids.
Is that what it is?
There,
nah.
CJ.
Mm,
I said
mm,
you just
mm.
poured two different alcohols.
Jesus.
No, you
Uh, uh,
jokingly
uh,
manner.
uh, uh,
No.
uh,
I was just saying. No, I was just saying.
Because he's lying. Because he's lying. That's
No,
why he can't get it out.
in a jokingly manner. I was thinking. I was like, there's no way, like, like great. Nah, like there's no way. I put. She like, bro, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm just here to.
Wait. No
No.
way. What? There's no way. What?
I'm just saying, like, there's no way I could just, like, just put to be like, hey, I'm just here to, yeah, I mean,
Celia.
no, exactly. And she see how she laughs. She like, nah, ain't no way.
Yeah,
But
it's
nah,
because I know you now. I know you.
I know, and that's why.
Hey,
Yeah, I
yeah, I
know.
know. No. And Layla is such a sensitive soul.
Layla. Oh,
As soon as you start talking, she's gonna look at me.
Yeah. We're
I
not.
do say. Layla's gonna be like, mother. She's very proper. To be honest, I don't think you'll have much in common. If you'll start talking, you're gonna be like,
Nah, fact. I already. Yeah, it just ain't. No, not.
but
Well,
not ask a
because
question.
because I'm.
oh, oh, oh.
It's because when they be lying, they can't get it out.
yeah,
I
he's like, you
get
know
it.
what? Let me just give up. Let me give it up.
Y'all are so
When we
wrong.
talk about
Y'all,
next, when we
y'all got
talk about
CJ.
next week, hey,
Y'all
when we
got
talk about
CJ
next week.
wrong. Y'all got CJ wrong. CJ can hold a conversation with any young lady,
I never said he
no
couldn't
matter
hold
where
a
she's
conversation.
from,
Yeah,
Of
no matter
course,
where she's
Kim is the
Listen,
from.
backup.
I'm talking about my
yeah.
baby.
Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
you know what? Introduce CJ to your daughter.
I
Introduce CJ to
will.
your
I will
daughter.
introduce, yes, CJ. Yes, I will introduce you to my daughter.
There you go. So,
They
hey.
stick together. They stick together.
Yes, yes. He is a fine young man. Leave CJ
Thank
alone.
you. Thank you. I needed that.
Hey, that's
I
hectic,
see,
guys.
I see you, best friend. I see you, best friend. I
No,
see you, best friend.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just now. Let me see.
Yeah, you know what? No, go ahead. Speak your heart. Go ahead.
No,
Continue.
I was just saying, I think I would be a good at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure now, but at some point, because hey, just think about this, right? Just think about this, right? Just think about this, right? At least y'all know me, and y'all know, you been okay. See, hey, he come from good stock. He come from a good background. He yucked up a little bit. But but
Okay.
nah, no, but I'm just saying, no, but like realistically, like just because off the rip that I just know y'all, I probably wouldn't, because I know, like, my heart here wouldn't it just
Yeah, it wouldn't work because it's the first time. Hey, it'd be hectic, my guy. Absolutely hectic. It would be.
do you I'm gonna tell. Hey, offline, I got you. Offline, I'm.
Hey, it will be hectic.
You think so?
Yes. And plus, yes, it will be hectic.
I don't think so. But
Yes,
I'll
No.
it
tell
will
you
be
why later.
hectic.
I don't
Because,
think so.
well, okay, like I am very open and I'm fun and I'm free, but when it comes to my babies, baby, yeah, you feel me?
You would. So hold on. So hold on. So I'm just want to just I'm just I'm role play. So, like, see, so if I put up on some.
Yes, man.
Don't do it.
Hey, I'm here to take. Yeah. Is you cool with it? Like, like what you gonna say? Like what you gonna say? Like, nah, like you gonna be like, no, you
No,
can't.
because wait, no. You first have to get past Layla. You'll need to have a conversation first, and then you understand what I'm saying. I can't make a decision for her. She's grown now.
I understand. I understand. Nah, yeah, I got you. I got you. We'll, yeah, but I understand. I understand. I understand.
All I want to
Oh my
say, look,
God.
all I want to say is I'm so glad he doesn't know who Tatiana is.
I know.
For real. For real.
Who is
Yep.
that?
That's
Her
her
My
baby.
o-
baby.
my oldest.
Your
Hmm.
He's,
oldest?
My
he's about to
almost
go find out
my
now. He just
almost
said
Right.
something.
Hey, I'm glad you touched
She's
shit.
I'm
beautiful.
about to look
She,
her up
she's
too.
beautiful, CJ.
Tatiana.
Yep, she
She's
is.
beautiful.
my almost 30-year-old daughter.
Yep.
Uh-uh.
That's up CJ's alley.
See, and Layla's only 22 now. She's too young. She needs to focus on school, graduate, all that stuff, and
All right. Okay. Yeah. We'll get on that off the grid. We'll.
Oh, that's funny, guys. We are coming to an end. Next week, I'm not really sure what we're talking about next week, guys. Do you guys have any idea? I guess we'll talk about it offline. Yeah.
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 You know
Well,
what?
let's just give the people like maybe like a little preview of things that we're going to talk about. Not really like what we're going to talk about all week, but we can look forward to
Right.
talking about.
I think we're going to focus a lot on mental health because I know for myself, I want to focus on mother wounds, um, bipolar, schizophrenic. Because
Yeah,
sometimes, guys, you could be married to somebody for 20 years and don't realize that bipolar until you divorce. And because
Right.
yeah,
when you were married, you thought you were crazy. And then now that you divorced, you're like, I was never crazy. So,
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
right.
looking for those signs. Because honestly, sometimes when you're in a situation, you can't see past your situation. So you don't
Right.
recognize those things. So for me, I want to talk more about that. I want to talk about a prophecy. I know we focused last year on relationships only, and yes, life happens is about relationships, but it's really more relationships and other things like life, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so I really like to focus on stuff like that, more religious things, because I know Kim always wanted to talk about more of that kind of stuff, like spiritual stuff, because I mean, we can go back and forth because we have enough knowledge, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So right, and with Selena coming in, she also brings a really new perspective on different things, the mental health part. I wanted you to talk more about is it ODD?
Yeah.
Uh,
ODD is oppositional defiant disorder, and a lot of children get
mhm.
those are the ones that get sent to the alternative schools because they talk back, they fight, they just say whatever comes to their mind, and that's how my baby is. My 15-year-old
But
is.
I want to commend you, Selena, because you've done a heck of a job. Because I remember from when she was younger and to where she is now. I mean, Selena has put in the work,
Yeah.
honestly, and you
Yeah.
can see it in the way she behaves and how she interacts socially and stuff like that. Because I always see her snaps, and I'm like, oh, okay, she's doing really, really well. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
the parents out there could really benefit from your experience as far as it pertains to that. So and
and
so,
you know what? Unfortunately, not a lot of people can leave the corporate world like I did after 20 years to I left only because of her. I
right,
left because I wanted to be an advocate for her because she was getting pushed through the system as just a bad kid, and I knew that there was something deeper. So,
right,
not everybody has that, but I did have a husband that was like, "You know what? Go ahead. I'll take care of everything and be there for Olivia." So,
right,
Well, if this show can point people into the right, to the right direction, maybe they
yeah,
miss something that maybe you say or Rabia says on the show that could kind of point them like, oh, you know what, I overlooked that. Maybe I should take another look at that.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
right.
hoping that this show would do that for parents out there, or people out there. Also, I wanted to talk about addiction. I think that's real
Yes,
important because I know
yes.
Tanya suffers with addiction. And just to hear her story on that and just to show some of the warning signs and things like that and how to get out of it,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, and how to get that
right. Because Tanya
self-awareness,
has
that
an amazing
self-realization.
testimony, and people need to
Yeah.
hear your
Yeah.
story, Tanya, because you've
And
Yeah.
overcome.
I think that would
yeah,
be
and
really great.
honestly, this is the year. I think this is the year. I've been telling my story a lot more now, but now I'm starting to get a little bit more involved. I'm helping people. I don't talk about it a
Yes.
lot. I don't really put it out there, but a lot of people come to me and I
Right.
help to get sober. And so it's really
Right,
been amazing. And then as far as like my journey with my spiritual life and just learning, getting back into the church and finding God again, it's been quite a journey. And so now I'm getting more involved. Definitely going to go down the Christian counseling side for substance abuse. Also, I'm kind of doing a dual thing where I'm doing that, but I'm also doing a smart recovery program, getting certified in that as well, so that I want to be able to get both aspects. Like I don't want to be the pushy Christian person and pushing that on you. I want to have both sides so that I can show people that it was God that got me through it, but I wasn't a believer at first.
right,
I didn't believe it. So, and I've been noticing that in my generation, we have our Christian leaders and you know, our mentors and all that, and they're older. And now we don't have in this generation, my generation, we don't have the ones that are coming forward and being able to give the advice that that can relate to people my age group. And so
right.
now that I'm starting to see that, I'm starting to build groups, starting to build communities, and I've had a good reach so far. So I'm
Super.
really excited about 2025, and using this as my platform to talk about the journeys and what brings us to addiction and the mental things that a lot of us, especially single mothers, that go
Right.
through, and having that one glass while you cook dinner, that turns into an addiction. And I've met so many women that's told that story before. And
Wow.
10 years later down the road, now they have a drinking problem. And
Yeah.
so just kind of going through it. I'm so excited about it. So I am so happy to talk about it. I am an open book.
No, we
Yeah,
look forward to it.
and it's so
Yes.
great to have CJ on the show because CJ brings such a fresh perspective that I think sometimes we miss because it's great to have a guy on the show, but also a young guy on the show.
Yeah.
You know?
Please don't no, stop
No.
I like
Kim,
Show,
that.
show, us your,
CJ
show
brings
us
a
your
fresh
muscles then,
perspective. He
CJ.
No,
does.
no, 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 no,
Kim.
no. Let me not do that. Let me not do that because you know
Show
what
us
I'm
your muscles.
saying.
Yeah.
Well, no, let me stop. I pull a stunt to
Hey,
start.
hey,
Let me
I'm
tell you
on
about
I
tip.
feel
this
like that
season.
agent talking about, ooh, baby, your arms get so big. I'm not
Jesus.
All
gonna
right. All
Tanya,
right.
Tanya, girl, be careful now.
I,
Be
I'm
careful.
just looking. I'm just looking. I'm just talking.
Right.
That's all I'm
For
saying,
sure.
Steve. Be careful. All right, guys, it's time to wrap us up. Do not log off because we need to talk. And now,
Okay.
Kim, don't do what you might like to do, sis. But anyway, guys, we'll see you next week. Like and share and follow us, please. We'll be consistent every Monday. No longer hiatus, okay? Bye, y'all. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.